Hi, everybody. This is Unapologetically Angela, and welcome to Relationship Rhetoric. I love young people because young people get me outside of the box. This is what I consider our late night edition. I put forth an effort to make sure that I was available to be able to interview these two because not only do I love their photos and their pictures, but I love how they are adjusting to real life and parenting and adulting. Um, the young man Wesley I've known for quite some time, and then he's met his mate, his match, which I truly, truly love with her cute self, and they're figuring life out one step at a time. So I'm really excited to hear about their life, their story, how they got together, and how they are handling life as parents. The pandemic has made a shift in everybody's life. So especially those people who have our little tiny humans is what they call them, because that's what I do. In real life, I teach tiny humans. So I'm really excited to hear from these two. So ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome to the platform, Wesley and Brittney. Hi,
Hi.
my name is Brittney.
Hello.
It is good to see you all.
Always
It's,
good to see
it's
you.
always great to be seen. It's great to
Always.
see you too.
See, I can tell y'all young. Y'all look so alert and ready to get into stuff every 90s.
We got
I'm
You should have saw the behind the
Yes.
scenes,
And you got a
together.
child. Man, please. Our age, we are yawning. Give me a glass of wine. Let's call it a
Oh, don't think I won't be on it after this.
Right. I just got off work, so
yeah.
like I said, it was a real scramble because we had to stop at the store. We had to make a couple little errand runs and stuff.
Yeah.
And then we got home. Britt had to kind of prep herself real quick. I tried to find something decent looking. And I was like, okay.
Gotcha. Understood. I appreciate you. Okay, so let's start from you all meeting. Now, like I said, I know Wesley I've known Wesley a little longer. So let's talk about where you all were prior to you meeting.
Well,
Okay.
we met when we were in the 9th grade. So we met when we were 14. Overton High School, physical
He was
science.
my first boyfriend in high school.
Yeah.
My first real boy.
Really?
Yep.
I was in love by the second week of school.
She was in love enough that
them
she
golden boys, them high yellow boys get you.
He's trying to try it all.
She absolutely dumped
he
me
getting turned already.
a month in. And so
did you say she dumped you a month in?
Yes, absolutely.
He got me by writing me a love letter. Crazy how now technology has made its way into everybody's lives more than anything. Back then, it wasn't like that.
We were still in the passing notes era. So
I was still folding note with the little
design
tucked in. He had to figure out how to open it.
Right. So yep, I passed the note to her in English class or something like that. And we just young love, so it was an on and off again type thing. But we really got serious a couple years ago and ended up starting a family and just working out together.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Brittney, talk me through that. So y'all been on and off again since the 9th grade. What happened this time to where y'all were like, oh, we should try to make this work?
I feel like I finally got to a point where I needed to be with somebody that I felt like genuinely wanted to be there for me. I felt like all my past relationships, I had great exes, but I feel like nobody was ready to for the future that I was ready for. Okay. And my relationship I had before him, just his love for my kids was always my number one thing.
You only had one.
Well, my kids. You're right. That was my main thing. He's always loved Jace from the start. Jace is our oldest. He's 9 now, and Wes has been around him since he was since he was born. But literally a few months. So he knows him, and that's daddy. So the love, their relationship has always been my number one thing. And having somebody like him by my side is definitely the foundation, and it's what I want my kids to look up to,
Oh,
because he's great with them. I love it, and that's the root of everything between us. It's the children, and it's the love we have for each other.
yeah,
So
yeah. Well, see, I mean, honestly, and I guess because I'm partial because I know him, it speaks a lot to you because Wesley has always been the thug nerd. He was always the uber intelligent person. You know what I'm saying? Would always say stuff and be like,
definitely,
whoa.
yes.
So, okay. So,
Oh
Wesley,
yes.
what caught your attention about her?
I mean, I was young and I thought she was cute, you know what I mean? And it was early on in the school year. So she was like one of the first girls I met actually. And I just thought she was just really, really cute, and she just seemed like really innocent. She wasn't like the normal like fast type girl,
Mm-hmm,
had
mm-hmm,
the fast girl, little
mm-hmm,
hussies.
mm-hmm.
She wasn't like that, you know what I mean? She was like super nice. So I like really projected myself as like this really, really nice guy. Like I was always super nice and sweet to her, like even more so than I would normally be as like a 14-year-old boy, so. And I think that was like the thing, because when you're young, especially like in the early 2000s, like how that was, girls wanted the dad boy, and I was still doing my other thing and living that other side of me, but it just wasn't with her. With her, I was super soft and super nice and super respectful with her. And so she was just, I don't know, she just seemed like a really good girl.
But see, that's crazy though, because that's actually the thing that made me break up with him.
Exactly.
I was one of the typical girls
I was
that
too
wanted
nice
to
to
be.
her. I was too nice to her. Was what it was. I was way too nice
He
to her.
was way too nice. I was like, why is he so clingy? Like
Like I was mean to everyone else, but I
I
was nice
wasn't
to
used
her though.
see, and I wasn't used to that. I wasn't used to it all. So I didn't know how to receive that. Even though I came from like a super loving family, I wasn't used to like a boy, like especially being that young, being that nice. I'm like, oh, that's kind of weird. Like. But he was so sweet. It was just always something about him. He was just always the sweetest to me. But I don't know what. I was just like, oh,
He was young.
young,
Too young.
young, and just doing whatever. And it was always something that just kept me coming back, because he was just like, no matter what, like there was never any like bad blood between us. Even when it would always, we would just come right back.
Oh, wow.
So it's just always been an off and on thing, because
Yep.
it's just like it's like we like magnets. Even when I push him away, we come right back.
And so when we like as we got older and the opportunity presented itself for us to like be in a serious like relationship, we just kind of jumped into it, and it just kind of worked out. I think everything happens when it's supposed to. What's for you will come to you when it's your turn to get it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So, sometimes like we try to force certain things that we want, even though it might not necessarily be the right time. It might be the right thing for you, but it just might not be the right time for it to happen.
Mm-hmm.
And this was just one of those cases. It was just it we had to get to that right spot in our lives where we could both be willing to put that together.
So, what was the conversation like when you all decided that you wanted to live together?
There was no real conversation to be honest with you. It was like when we started back like dating seriously, it just started off as like a casual thing. I would go see her and kick it with her for a while, and then that turned into like a couple hour visit would turn into like me just being with her like all night. Then she came to the house and we just
Literally was one of those kind of like, come over and chill with me, and then okay, so we chill again,
and
and then you
then
just never.
you've been there for a couple days and like, oh, let me go get some more clothes.
I
And
know I'm
then
not the
you go
only
get more
one.
clothes. And then you get more clothes. Then you go get Jace. And then it just kind of happened.
Wow. Okay. 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 Hey, listen, you are not alone. That has happened to a
Yes,
lot of
I was like, I'm sure I'm not the only one.
that. Okay. So in that transition, what have been any conflicts or head bumpings now that you know the living together is now consistent?
Yeah. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh yes, we
Make it look
bumped
like you
heads.
ready.
We bumped some heads, but it's the aftermath. It's the calm down part. It's the rationalizing and the now. Okay, yeah, we were heated, but we still working on it. But see, now we know where we went wrong. Now we learn how to apologize to each other, take accountability. It's like we are literally trying to make the steps to
Yeah.
get better. I've always like asked him about us like seeking counseling because I would love to still do that, but I still feel like at the same time while it's still just us, even though we haven't yet, like I feel like we're still doing the work on ourselves because I feel like we both really want the relationship to be fruitful and for it to work.
And I think the biggest like challenge with between us is that we dealt with each other so long when we were kids. As you naturally progress through life, you change. So when you go from being with someone casually to, knowing the person that they show you, because when you're just, casually messing around with somebody, or, you're dating, but y'all haven't really gotten to a serious spot, you hold a certain part of your personality back because you want
Mhm.
the positive to shine through at all times. You know what I mean? So when you finally like move in, or you're in like a long-term situation with someone, like the parts that you kind of repress, I guess is for lack of a better word, kind of starts coming through, and then you're like, wait a minute, hold on. You know what I'm saying? Like, this wasn't what I thought it was, or your attitudes towards certain things might be different. You know what I mean? And it was just a learning experience. It was a learning experience between the both of us to learn each other. You know what I mean? We had to learn each other from how we thought, how we remembered each other. You know what I mean? We had to relearn and reintegrate ourselves and our personalities to fit our situation.
Okay. So, Brittany, what does he do that gets on your nerves?
Let's hear it. What does he do to get on your nerves?
It's just like, do I go soft or do
No,
I?
just go.
We go
Why he
honest.
get on whatever. Yeah, be honest.
It's like now I'm on the spot. I gotta like, okay. He
What I tell you what Brittany does get on my nerves.
okay, that's better. Ask him.
The one thing that bothers me with Brittany is like, I know that I procrastinate. I know I do that. And the thing is, she procrastinates like I do. So I would think you would have some type of understanding when I do procrastinate, right? But I'll say, hey, I'm going to get this done, da 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 da. And a lot of the times, Brittany's first response is, oh, you ain't finna do that. Or, oh, whatever. And I'm like, yo, if I wasn't going to do it, I wouldn't have said I was going to do it. Or if I forget, because, I might forget. We got a lot of stuff going on. It's a lot of moving parts, you know, instead of just, gentle reminder, hey, babe, remember you said you was going to do this, da 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 da. It's a little more forceful, you know what I mean? And I'm like, hey, you be forgetting stuff too, you know what I mean? So that's what, but it's
That's okay. I'm
an
sorry.
accurate description.
It is. You're right. You're right.
An
But that's
accurate description.
only because
It's only because
Monday he didn't do what he said he was gonna do. Okay, I don't say anything. Tuesday, I don't even feel like it today. I'm tired. I just got off. Kids acting crazy. I don't even care. I ain't thought nothing about it. Wednesday comes. All right, I done thought about it now. I didn't. I'm trying not to nag you, but I remind you again. By Thursday, all right now.
The hands go on the hip.
Can we at least
not hands on the hips.
can we at least attempt to try to start the task, Uh-huh. But the thing is before I get to the nagging part that probably gets on his nerves, I already done did it myself. So like because sometimes if I need it done, like he's gonna get things done. If it but like little small things that may be small to him may be big to me. I'm
Right.
super like OCD. about like
Right.
cleanliness, and that's just me. I don't know if it's just me as a woman, or it reminds me of my mother. And see him, he's a guy, he used to just getting up and going. He's always on the move. So for him, it may not be as big. But to me, I'm like, if I just want you to clean something up or wash this or whatever, we ain't got to do it right now. But I eventually expect you to do it.
At some
I'm
point.
trying to be I'm trying to be nice. Okay, now sometimes I'll be like, all right now, my eye now may come off a little rough, but I'm not doing this to like just bark orders or anything. It's because I want us all to be in a clean space. I just want things to be, things to be in order and organized. I want things to be easier for everybody around here. When we need something done, if it's already done, we good.
Right.
But
Right.
we working on it. We working on it.
And that's the good part. The fact that you're working on it. The fact that you're working on it.
Yes. Yeah.
So even though he's not here, but what is the
He's
one
getting
thing
his medicine, by the way.
he's doing? What?
He's giving Rhodey his medicine.
Oh, okay. Okay. Um,
So he's daddy duty.
so let's talk about the baby and
Yes.
how has that been? How did that shift? I know you had Jace, but he was older, and then now we
Mm-hmm.
have an addition. How did that shift the relationship?
Well, our youngest is Western Road. We call him Rhodey. And he is 3 years old. He just turned three at the end of August. And with Rhodey, he's like, I always say, he's like our little love child. He's our love baby. Because at the time when I conceived Rhodey, like that's when Wes and I were like, I feel like just so in love, and that was like that first little step into us like being like serious about each other. So like the love there was just like super real. So like he wasn't playing, he just kind of came out of nowhere. So I was not we're not trying for this, but I mean, when we had him, like, fell in love. Like, Wes was, as soon as I told him that I was pregnant, he cried. Like,
Oh,
every situation when it comes to Rhodey, Wes is like the most emotional I've ever seen him. The only time I ever see him cry is when it comes to Rhodey. So that's how I know, like, the love there is just surpasses anything that I could ever even think he would have for him, because he will go through odds to make sure he's okay. Times where
yeah.
you see, I'm used to being a mom. I've already had Jace, and he's 9 now. So when he like panics about certain things, I'm like, oh, he's a boy. He's my child. Yeah, come on now. He's the one who's like the protective parent. So that's been like the biggest shift for us, which I would say probably would be like one of the small things that like maybe gets on my nerves sometimes, because I'm like, he's fine. He's okay. But Wes is like, he's like a shadow. He is on him all the time. How like Jace is like my baby, Rhodey is his father's child. He his daddy's
Right.
son. Hey,
Right.
seriously.
So the
But
question,
that's been like
Wesley,
the biggest.
was
You
the
ain't gonna
question.
like you ain't talking crap about me now. I'm just
Oh,
playing. No, I'm
you
just playing.
just amazing.
I'm just playing.
The question was, the birth of Wody. How did that shift you as a person?
I tell people all the time whenever I talk, because at my job I'm around like a lot of like people that are like younger than me. Like so one, when they find out, because of my energy and the way that I, you know what I'm saying, I'm always upbeat or whatever, people will be they're surprised when I tell them how old I am. And so they're like, whoa, you got kids, da 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 da. And I always tell anyone that listens, whenever we get talking about children, the first thing I always tell them, the thing that changed for me is that I realized how much stress and anxiety a person's body can hold when you have a child. One. And then when you add the layer of special needs on top of it, like we had with Rhodey, because he has autism, it's just like I'm super, super, super hypersensitive to everything, and maybe more so than I should be. You know what I mean? But it's just that because he can't actually physically tell me what's wrong, like verbally. You know what I mean? He's still somewhat nonverbal, so we're working with him through that. I'm always on alert. So sometimes it does kind of take over where I'm just like, I just kind of lose myself into making sure that he's okay. So it'll be situations where I am like low key panicking, and Brittney's like, he's fine. He's 3. He's gonna do weird shit because he's a 3-year-old. And I'm like, no, this is not weird shit. Something is wrong. This isn't just weird shit. But yeah, so it changed me in that regard because I'm always thinking of something other than myself. If it's something wrong with me, I get nervous, not because like I don't want to be sick or something, but I'm like, if I'm incapable to take care of Brody, you know what I mean? That's like the first thing that pops up in my head. I have to be here for the kids. I have to be here for Brittney. It's like I don't just think of it in terms of it's just me anymore. You know what I mean?
And so is that overwhelming or is that something that you're welcoming? Honestly.
It's a little bit of both.
Okay.
It can be overwhelming at times, but I just embrace it. You know what I mean? Like you know me, TT. And one thing you know about me is that I love my sneakers and stuff. You know what I'm saying? That's like a big part of my personality. And when it comes to things that we need or something that might happen, I'm quick to let shit go and like sell shit like that. You know what I'm saying? To make up, you know what I'm saying, differences and whatever we have to like take care of. And Brittney will get upset with me and be like, well, no, don't do that. Why are you getting rid of your shoes? Why are you doing this? I'm like, because y'all are more important. You know what I mean? That's not something I would have done 10 years ago. You know what I mean? I would have just been like,
see, all this is making me think of stuff now. When he gets some money, you guys, if it's something we need, he gonna get it. He gonna get it. He gonna get it. I'm the frugal one. I'm cheap.
Yeah.
I'm like my daddy. I'm like, no. So we annoy each other. Like, we never have issues about like finances or anything like that, which is one thing I love about us, because I feel like other people probably have it so much worse than us. Like, you know, we have our little back and forth sometimes, but as far as like money, like we share it in everything. So it's never an issue. He's so selfless. I feel like we both are selfless people, so it's easy for us because we both don't mind giving. Like, it's always like, I got you. I got your back regardless. So, but he gonna make sure if we need it now, he gonna get it. He gonna I'm like, hold on, we can wait.
Yeah.
I'm the husband on my wife and kids. You said that was $2? Wait a minute, hold on. I ain't that cheap, y'all. But it's like that. But it's like that though. I'm the one who always looking for a sale. I probably annoy him because I'm always looking for the coupons.
Always looking for the coupons.
Sales,
always looking for a deal. Be ready to sell all our information to the Chinese government because she gets some kind of coupon deal somewhere. I be like, bro, wait a minute. Think about this for a second. Ain't shit free.
Right.
So
okay,
think about this.
That was one time. Look, because I'm normally like,
let's think about this for a second now. But
crazy.
I mean, but no, it doesn't bother me as much. At first when we first started out, I'd be like, okay, come on, like chill. But like now I'm just like, what coupons you got now?
Right.
What's in your coupon book?
I'm like, because as soon as I'm like, hey, babe, put my code in when you go in the restaurant or when you get that meal, he like,
Facts. She'll get so
how
mad
come
at
I
me.
can't get the points?
She gets so mad at me if we go to Chick-fil-A and I don't like use I don't redeem my points on my app. Let me see your receipt. Bro, how you know I don't want these points? I want to build my app shit up too, bro.
Okay, I guess. Yeah. So then that's where we have to butt heads because I got to share my points with him. See, that's where our arguments come from. Our arguments don't even be about big stuff. They be about small stuff. We arguing about who gonna get the Chick-fil-A points.
I was going to say Chick-fil-A points. Okay.
Type shit. Absolutely.
Okay.
Or why his shoes fresher than mine?
Oh, wow.
She didn't even like sneakers.
And I don't even like
until I started working my job, and then now she's like, where mine is?
Why you didn't give me none?
Y'all are crazy. So since the kids, when was the last time? I remember the last time I saw y'all. When was the last time I had a date night?
It's been a couple weeks. Just
When
because,
was the
but
last thing we went to Texas State Brazil?
yeah, that was like 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, that was about 3 weeks
That
ago.
was about 3 weeks ago. It's just because just over the last couple of weeks we just have been busy doing different things. You know, we saw you at the Soulful Food Truck Festival. You know, we were out there supporting one of our friends doing that, and you know, we've just been moving around a lot. We're always together. We always spend so much time together that it's like it's like every day is kind of like a date night to a sense. I mean, you know, part of the experience is dressing up and looking good for each other and going out and enjoying each other's company. But we're always in each other's company. One thing like about us is that it's really easy for us to flake sometimes just because we get comfortable. We're at the house, we with the kids, we laying down next to each other. I'm reading, she's, you know, looking at new ideas and things like that online and shit. And then next thing you know, we just don't want to go anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
But we still make sure we take time out. Like this weekend we'll be at dinner on Blanc. You know what I mean? So like we still find time to enjoy each other away from the kids. But
like I tell him all the time, like I remind him, like you're literally like my best friend. Like sometimes I may not want to hang out with my other friends, even though I haven't seen them as much and I need to spend time with them too. I'm with him every day, but I love being with him all the time.
So much so to the point where we'll get to talking and sometimes she'd be like, yeah, girl, and I'm like, right. Bye.
I'm sorry.
Bye.
Okay, so with that being said,
real quick, it's just,
you
know,
all
that's just
strategically,
how we are. We're just always around each other. Yeah.
Do you all, but still with that, do you strategically take individual time for each other for that, ooh, I miss you time?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sometimes we have to.
Because it's important, you know what I'm saying? I if you don't, you know what I mean, you kind of lose that connection sometimes, you know. So it's important that you want to make sure you keep that fostered and together, you know what I mean?
Okay, very good. So tell me about his first day of school.
Well, like I said, I dropped him off this morning, and when I went in, it was cool, you know what I mean? He was straight. He was like a little G about it. And he walked off with his teacher. He had his teacher's hand. And then I walked off. I was like, bye, Rody. He looked back at me. He kind of smiled. And man, I just broke down. I was crying like a little bitch, man. I was like,
yes, he definitely caught me crying.
I did. I was like, he went to school. He was okay. It's just like, are you sure? Yeah. You're okay.
That's why I hate that it's like this COVID era. I really, really hate this because we aren't able to, like, you know, back in the day, your parents can like sit with you for like 30 minutes to an hour. We can't go in the building that far. I can go in the office.
That's the farthest we go is the office.
And y'all would be the parents that would probably get on my nerves because you wouldn't want to leave.
Right. Yeah, we actually had planned, honestly.
I had planned
to stay the entire day, like the first couple of days.
I took off for the first day, 3 Mondays in a row, because I wasn't sure when he was gonna start.
So yeah, we had actually made plans to be there for the like entire day or so for the first like 2 days or so, but because of COVID, we be helicopter parents. Yeah, absolutely. We were gonna be those helicopter parents.
And I keep telling myself I'm not gonna be their parent, but
we absolutely we planned on it. We have completely planned on it.
We can't help it. We can't help it.
I see.
We're trying to.
Oh my God.
The whole family like that. The whole family is just.
Yeah, everybody was distraught because, like I said, my grandma and my aunts keep them since because of COVID. My aunts have been working from home, and my grandmother, she's retired, so she's always home. You know, they were the ones that were assisting us and like helping keep him throughout the day, that he didn't have like his therapies or whatever. And so we told them, you know, like, hey, he started on this day, and they were distraught. They were
not having it.
No, they were not happy at all. So
why he gotta go now?
Right.
What you mean he gotta
what
be
you
mean
he gotta go? You can't take him in. So yeah. But I mean, like I said, we've all, because of COVID, we've all become so attached to a roadie. Just because, you know what I mean, he needs us so much more,
Mm-hmm.
and we become so invested in his development that it's really made it a hard experience to go through with this, him going to school now.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, like I said, I know it's what's best for him. So, we're completely willing to do so. It's just an adjustment.
And he
It's an
showed
adjustment for her.
y'all by walking away happily, holding
Hey,
his
he was
sister's
fine.
hand.
Like I want to repeat, he was fine. It was me. I was the one that was crying.
And when I picked him up, I got off work and went straight to him. I was flying, trying to get my baby out.
Yes,
I pull up and he's just like,
it was just us. It was us.
Aww. He had a good day. He
like,
had a good
I had a
day.
good day. I'm ready to go
Good.
home now.
Yeah, I'm ready to go. I've been with these
Nice.
people long enough.
Nice.
But I feel
Okay.
like it's an adjustment for all of us. But I
Right.
feel like he's gonna do well. I really feel like it's gonna be in his best interest. I feel like it's gonna help him prosper. So I'm really excited for what's gonna happen this school year.
Nice. Very nice. Okay. So, my last question, y'all. What are your plans or goals for the future that you all have set?
Really?
Goals and the plans. Well, we are still boyfriend and girlfriend, so of
I
course,
knew this is where you was going with
you
this. I
know,
knew
yeah.
exactly where you were
But
going with
I
this.
mean, hey, a
First, I
girl
thought you
has
were going to hang me up. And so I was like, no, it's not my fault.
No, it's just I got a low battery thing. No, I knew where she was going with this though. That's why I went ahead and just let her talk first.
I mean, we good. We're good where we are, and I still want us to keep learning each other. But I mean, it's still gonna be we're gonna be learning each other for the rest of our lives because we always like this. But I mean, hey, we've been together since we was 14, so your girl just wait. I don't nag them or nothing like that. I try not to. I know no more. I don't. Now we going with the flow. I feel like everything that happens between us, like literally, just always happened in its own time. So that's my dream. That's my dream for the future. But besides us, you know, uh, tying the knot, I definitely hope that in the future we both are having like successful businesses. I know that we both want to do other things besides what we're doing now. I mean, he probably wants to venture more into what he's doing and, move up. Me, I want to do something totally different. Y'all know, I mean, I work at Starbucks. I'm a lead there. I love making drinks. So it's kind of like my thing. But at the same time, I love doing makeup. It's really one of my passions. And I am really, really, really like trying to push myself into going back to school. I went to University of Memphis. I graduated from there. It felt like ages ago, but back in 2013, and I really want to go to school to get my esthetician license. I really want to do makeup. I want to keep making drinks, but I want to do a whole mix of things. I'm gonna have something that somebody never seen before. So we just getting to the point where I'm working on everything. I'm working on the finances. I'm trying to get my credit up, and we're trying to like make baby steps.
Yeah.
We're gonna get there, but
And my thing is she has pushed, that she wants to get married, and yeah, I don't ever want her to think that I don't want to marry her. It's just that I had my own plan on how I want to do things. It's just, you just gotta kind of be patient with me. But we are gonna get married. That's definitely something that's gonna be coming up soon. As far as us like together, beyond that, like I said, like she said, we both have like business ventures and things that we want to accomplish, together, and just keep trying to raise two young boys that have to live in this world. So we just want to raise respectable, good men. You know what I mean? And
so.
that's really like, I feel like is the biggest goal for our relationship, is pushing our children in a way to where they can be better than us. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Pushing them and pushing ourselves. That's like
absolutely
our biggest thing right now is just like the push for the whole family. Like I feel like all four of us, we have the potential to be up here. So we all pushing each other. The brothers push each other. They push us. We push them.
Yeah. JC, when he started school this year, they made them like write down their goals for the year. And his first goal that he wrote down, he said, "I want to help my brother learn how to talk." You know what I mean? So it was like I just thought that was like the
Tears,
sweetest
y'all.
thing. Yeah, that was the sweetest thing ever. Like that made me choke up a little bit. The
I'm
thing
aware I
is,
be crying.
y'all both said that you noticed or you've always known like the harder side of me. Yo, I've been crying like a baby like like the last couple of months, man. These kids, man, they change you, bro.
Yeah.
They change you. So if anybody out there that want to retain their thug side, do not have children.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes, you do. Have kids. Have kids. Just take care of your children. Take care of your
Absolutely.
children. And I believe that you are emotional, and both of you all are emotional because you're invested in your children and their well-being. And that's okay. That's okay. And let me say this. The couples that come on this show, two things happen. They either end up getting married a month or so later, or I end up with a birth announcement. I don't want the birth announcement.
We don't want
We
the
don't
birth
want the
announcement.
birth
We
announcement.
don't want the birth announcement.
We are in we tied together with that. We
Y'all got enough.
maybe in the future, but we good right now.
We got some stuff to
I know,
accomplish first
yes.
before we add
We got some
one.
stuff lined up.
Understood. Understood. Very good. Well, guys,
So
I
at
just
least we
want
can rule out one. We
I
can
wanna
rule
say
one
that
out.
I'm very proud of you guys.
Thank
I really love how you all are sticking together. You know, I love your photos. You know, people don't have to know what's going on behind the scenes, but when you come out, you look like a loving family. You look like you are working hard to try to make this happen. And you know, marriage and relationships and stuff not lasting as much as it was when my parents were together. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So stay focused, continue to communicate. Okay.
Yes.
Continue to value each other's opinion. Make sure you listen with an open heart and an open mind. All right. And love on those babies.
Yes,
ma'am.
All right.
We'll do.
Absolutely. I love y'all. Thank y'all so much. It's so good to see
We
y'all.
love you.
Yes, yes, yes. See y'all later.
Bye bye.
All right, y'all.
That was great. That was great. That was great. That was absolutely great. You know, I just love love, but young love is just so refreshing. It causes so many, you know, vibrations in my body because again, young people have a tendency to make a choice in things. And, you know, I love to see young people trying. Being in a relationship is not easy. Choosing day by day to get up and work at loving a person every day and making it work and growing is a choice, and it is a chore, you know, but it's a beautiful thing when you make a choice because at the end of the day, it's your choice. Not blaming anybody else, not blaming the fact that you have children, not blaming your parents. Today, I chose to love you. And I see that with Wes and Brittney, just from the conversation that we just had. So, you know, to the young people out there trying to maintain relationships and despite what you see going on in the outside world, be true to yourself. Be true to yourself. I guarantee you, if you're true to yourself and you're true to what your heart is saying and thinking with a rational mind, you will definitely reap the benefits of a healthy relationship. So again, thank you guys so much for taking our time and sharing with your old TT at 9:40 at night. I love y'all. Y'all really do set a beautiful tone for relationships. So thank you again. Thank you for tuning in. Hey, Nina. She was in the zone, y'all, giving y'all much love, much props. She's always so faithful. So I appreciate you so much. Guys, thank you so much. I will see you next Tuesday. We are at the end of September. Oh my God. We are on our way into October. So guys, stay easy, be safe, peace, love, and development. Develop, plant that seed and develop it, nurture it, water it, do what you need to do to see yourself grow. I love you, and I'll see you next Tuesday.